Hi everyone, in this video I'm going to solve Cambridge IGCSE Mathematics Paper 4 Extended in a session May-June 2022 Paper 4-1. So let's start with the first question. Question number 1, Part A. The list shows 15 midday temperatures in degrees Celsius in sundown. So the total number of days are 15. Part 1. Complete the stamp and leaf diagram to show this information. Key 1 7 represents 17 degree. Okay. Since the second question is about the median, so let's write down the stamp and leaf plot from lower to higher. So they already did the 17. The next we have is another 17, 1 and 7. And then we have two 18s, 1 8 and 1 8. And we have two 19s, 9, 9. Okay, and for 20s we have 21, 21, 21 and 21. There are four 21s. Okay, right. And then 122. Okay, and 23, there are two 23s, 3 and 3. And the last is 24 and 25, 4 and 5. Right, so we have completed the stamp and leaf diagram. Now for the second part, find the median. Since the number of values are odd, so when the number of values are odd, we have the formula for median, that is half of number of values plus 1. So means we have to find 16 by 2, that is 8th value. Right, now pick the 8th one. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. So this is the 8th one, that is 2 1 21 degree is the median. Right, now for the third part, find the upper quartile. Since the number of values are odd, so we have the formula for the upper quartile, that is equals to 3 by 4 of value plus 1. Right, so let me find what is 3 by 4. 15 plus 1 is 16. 3 by 4 of 16 is 12th value we have to find. Right, now this is the 8th, 9, 10, 11, 12. This is the 12th value. 2 and 3, 23 degree is the upper quartile. Now for part 4, Rahul draws a pie chart to show this information. Calculate the sector angle for the number of days the temperature is 18 degrees Celsius. So how many days the temperature is 18 degrees Celsius? 18, 18. So there are 2 days when the temperature is 18 degrees Celsius. Okay, so the pie chart is 360 degree. Divide the total number of middays, our temperature is 15, dividing by the total, and multiply by 2 because there are 2 number of days when the temperature is 18 degrees Celsius. So let me calculate 360 divides 15 times by 2, that is 48 degrees Celsius. That is the sector angle. Right, now for part B, the box and whisker plot shows information about the masses and grams of some apples. So we have a box and whisker plot. So for the box and whisker plot, this point is the lower point, this is the higher point, this middle one is the median, this is the lower quartile, and this point is upper quartile, UQ, sorry. Right, so the question is, first one, find the median. So what is a median? The median is, this point is the median. Right, so we have 100, 110, 120. So 120 grams is the median. Now for the second part, find the range. So the formula for the range is the higher value subtract the lower value. Right, now let me find which is the higher value. Right, 150, 160, 170 is the higher value. This is 120 and this is 40 is the lower value. Right, 2 blocks before 50. So we have to find the range. Higher is 170 minus 40. So 170 subtract 40, this is 130 grams is the range, 130. Right, now for the third part, find the interquartile range. Interquartile range is upper quartile subtract the lower quartile, upper quartile subtract lower quartile. So now we have to find what is the upper quartile and what is the lower quartile, right? So this is the lower quartile and this value is upper quartile, right? So this is 120, 130, 140, and this is 50, and then 60, 70, and 80. So 140 subtract 80 is answer. 140 is upper, subtract 80 is the lower. 140 subtract 80, that is 60 grams is the interquartile range for this box and the whisker plot. Now for part C1, the time t minutes spent on homework in 1 week by each of 200 students. Total number of students at 200 is recorded. The table shows the results, time, t minutes, and the frequency. Calculate an estimate of the mean. So the formula for the mean is sum of fx divides the total. So the total number of students are 200, right? So this is f. Now what is x? X is the midpoint of the intervals, midpoint of 40 and 60. So we can find the midpoint by doing 40 plus 60 divides 2. So the midpoint is 50 for this interval, right? And the next midpoint we can do 60 plus 80 divides 2, 70. And 80 and 90, 80 plus 90 divides 2 is 85. And 90 plus 100 divides 2 is 95. 100 plus 150 divides 2 is 125 is the midpoint, right? Right, now we need to find fx, the product of f and x. So let me do over here, what is fx? 6 times 50. 6 times 50, that is 300. 10 times 70 is 700. 70 times 85. 70 times 85 is 5,950. 84 times 95, that is 7,980. And 30 times 125 is 3,750. Right. Now to find the mean, we have to add all of these fx and dividing by 200. So the mean is 300 plus 700 plus 5,950 plus 7,980 plus 3,750. Now this is going to divide with the total number of students, and the total number of students we have given is 200. So dividing by 200. Right. Now let me calculate the value. So 300 plus 700 plus 5950 plus 7980 plus 3750. Okay, now dividing by 200, this is equals to 93.4 minutes is the mean. Right. Now for the second part, a new table with different class interval is completed. Time, t minutes, and the frequency. On the histogram, the height of the bar for 40 to 90 interval is 17.2 centimeter. Calculate the height of the bar for 90 to 150 interval. Okay, so for histogram, we have to use frequency density, right? So we have a formula for frequency density that is equals to frequency divides class width, right? So let me do with the first one. So the frequency for this interval is 86 and the class width for this interval is 90 minus 40, right? So this is 86 divides, what is 90 minus 40? 90 subtract 40 is 50. 86 divides 50, this is equals to 1.72. But this set, the height is 17.2. So if I multiply it by 10, we will get 17.2. Multiplying by 10, the answer is 17.2. So now we get the information that for the second height 2 or h2, we have to find the frequency density and multiplying by 10, sorry, right? So let's do it. Frequency density for the second is frequency divides the class width. As you can see, frequency is 114 and the class width is 150, subtract 90 and multiplying by 10. We will get the height for the second interval. 150 subtract 90 is 60. 114 divides 60, multiply by 10 is 19. 19 centimeter is the height for the second interval. Question number 2, A part. Alex, Bobby, and Chris share strawberries in the ratio 3:2:2. Chris received 12 strawberries. Calculate the total number of strawberries shared. Total strawberries they shared. Okay. So we have given the information that Chris shared 12 strawberries, and for the Chris is in the ratio of 2, divides the total. So what is the total? 3 plus 2 plus 2 is the total. Total is 7. That is 7. Right. So using this information that Chris, the ratio for Chris is 2 out of the total 7, and this is equals to 12. Right. So we need to find again for if Chris is 12, because Chris is in the ratio of 2 and Bobby is in the ratio of 2 as well. So Bobby is also equals to 12. Bobby shared 12 strawberries. Now let's find for Alex, because Alex is in the ratio of 3. 3 out of total 7. So what is, if 2 by 7 is 12, what is 3 by 7? So 3 divided 7 is equals to 12. Multiply the reciprocal of this, that is 7 by 2, and multiply by 3 by 7. We can cancel the 7. Okay, now 12 times 3 divides 2. That is 18. So this is equals to 18. So means Alex shared 18 strawberries. Right. Now let me find the total number of strawberries shared. So for total, the Alex is 18, Bobby is 12, and Chris is 12. So 18 plus 12 plus 12, 42. Right. Now for part B, in a sale, a shop reduced all prices by 12%. So this is a reduction, sale price, right? Now part 1, Dina shared a book. Dina buys a book which has an original price of $6.50. Calculate how much Dina pays for the book. So we have the original price. We need to find the sale price. So the formula for sale price is original price subtract the reduction. So 12% reduction of the original price, right? So we have to use sale price. We have to find the sale price. Yes, original price. So the sale price is, original price is 6.50. And what is a reduction? That is 12% of 6.50. Right. So let me do this. 12% of 6.50 and 6.50 subtract answer. That is 5.72. $5.72 is the sale price for this book. Now for the second part, Elu pays $11 for the toy. Calculate the original price of the toy. So we have to find the original price. This is a sale price we have given. So we have to find the original price again using this same formula, right? So sale price is 11. So to find the original price, we have to do sale price plus the reduction, right? Let's say the original price is equals to the sale price is 11 plus 12% of the original price, right? So we have to find original price equals to, comparing with this formula, the sale price, that is equals to $11, right? Subtract the reduction, that is 12% of the original price, right? So now let me calculate the what is the original price. So we can do original price is taking common. We have 1 here and shifting this term over here, minus 12 over 100. And this is equals to 11. So this answer is dividing by 11. 1 subtract 12 divides 100. This answer is 0.88. Right. So the original price is 11 divides 0.88. Right. 11 divides 0.88, that is equals to $12.50 is the price of the original price of the toy, right? Now for part C, if we reinvest some money, the rate of interest for the first year is 2.5%. So for the first year, the rate of interest is given 2.5%. So if I add 100 in 2.5%, so I have 102.5%. Right. At the end of the second year, the overall percentage increase, we have given the percentage increase of Fairy's investment is 6.6%. So 100 plus 6.6 is 106.6. This is overall, right? Find the rate of interest for the second year, right? So we have to find the rate of interest for the second year. So we can say for the second year, as we have given the overall, right? So first we need to find how much is the increase from the first to the overall, right, at the end of the second year. So how much is the increase? 106.6 subtract 102.5 divides for the first year, that is 102.5, and multiply by 100. Right, that is a formula for percentage increase. So 106.6 subtract 102.5 divide 102.5 multiply by 100, that is 4%. So for the second year the rate of interest is 4%. Now for part D, a radioactive substance decay at an exponential rate of 2% per day. The initial mass is 80 grams. So this is the I, and this is initial mass is M naught. Now for part 1, find the mass at the end of 5 days. The time is given, right? So this is exponential decay. So we have to use a formula for exponential decay, that mass equals to the initial mass into 1 minus the rate exponent t, right? So substituting the formula, substituting the values, m we have to find. Initial mass we have given is 80 grams. 1 minus 2%, 2 by 100, and the whole exponent time is 5 days. Just simplify. Okay, 1 subtract 2 divides 100. Its exponent is 5 and times by 80. 72.3 grams is the mass. Okay, at the end of 5 days. Now for the second part, find how many more whole days. More whole days after 5 days it takes for the mass to reduce to less than 67 grams. Now the mass is 67 grams. Initial mass is same, that is 80 grams. 1 minus exponential rate is same, that is 2%. Exponent t. We have to find how many more whole days after 5 days. We need to find the time, right? So here we have to do 67 divides 80 equals to 1 minus 2 over 100. Exponent is t, right? So what is 67 divides 80? 0.8375. 0.8375 equals to 1 subtract 2 by 100. This is 0.98. 0.98. Exponent is t. Okay, now the exponent, the t, we have to find the number of days. It is in the power, so we have to take log on both sides. So log of 0.8375, so we have to put t before the log and log of 0.98. And from here t, the number of days, is log of 0.8375 divides log of 0.98. Right, now let me find the log. Log 0.8375 divides log 0.98. This is 8.7. So t equals to 8.7 days. Right, now the question is how many more whole days after 5 days. So after 5 days, it means what we have to do, we need to find the number of days after 5 days. That is 8.7 subtract 5, right? So minus 5, that is equals to 3.7 days, and we need to find the whole days. So we need to round, that is 4 days. So 4 more days after 5 days it will take for the mass to reduce to less than 67 grams. Question number 3, A part. Geeta buys X apples, X plus 7 oranges, and 2X minus 1 bananas. The total amount of number of pieces of fruit Geeta buy is 30. Part 1. Find the number of apples Geeta buy. Apples. Number of apples are X. We have to solve for X. We have given the total is, we need to find the sum is equals to 30. So apples plus oranges plus bananas, total are 30. Now solving for X, we will get the number of apples, right? So how many X? 1, 2, 3, 4. So we have 4X equals to 30, and this is 30. Subtract 7 minus 1 is 6. So 30 minus 6. So 4X equals to 24, and 4 times 6 is 24. So X is equals to 6. So the number of apples are 6, right? So if X is 6, now apples are x, that is 6. And oranges. How many oranges? Oranges are x plus 7, that is 6 plus 7, that is 13. 6 plus 7, 13 oranges. And she buys bananas as well. How many bananas? 2x minus 1. So this is 2 times 6, subtract 1, that is 11. So she buys 6 apples, 13 oranges, and 11 bananas, and the total is 30. You can verify. That is 6 plus 13 plus 11, 30, right? Now for the second part, the cost of one apple is 15 cents. The cost of one orange is 18 cents. The total cost of all fruit is $5.55. Find the cost in cents of one banana. Okay, so the cost of all fruit, right? So if one apple cost is 15 cents, what is the cost of 6 apples? So the cost of 6 apple is 6 times 15 cents, plus 1 orange cost is 18 cents and 13 oranges cost is 0.18 cents, plus bananas are 11 bananas, and the cost of one banana is, let's say, x. We suppose that is x, and this is total she pays is $5.55. We have to solve for x, that is the cost of one banana, right? So let me simplify. 6 times 0.15, 0.9, and 13 times 0.18, 2.34, 2.34 plus 11x, this is equals to 5.55. 11 bananas equals to, okay, so let me add these two. 2.34 plus 0.9, this is 3.24. Now 5.55 subtract answer, this is equals to 2.31. And to get the value of x, dividing by 11, that is 21 cents. So means cost of each banana is 21 cents. Right. Now for part B, we have to solve for W here, right? So we have 3W over 16. This is equals to 1 by 2 plus 1. Shifting 1 on the other side. What is 1 by 2 plus 1? 1 by 2 plus 1 is 3 by 2, right? So here we have 3 by 2. Now to solve for W, we have to multiply by the reciprocal of 3 by 16 on both sides. So we have 3 by 2 and the reciprocal of 3 by 16 is 16 by 3. 3 is cancelled with 3 and 2 times 8 is 16. So the W is equals to 8, right? Now for the second part is this, find the value of y. So if we compare this with this equation, so it is exactly the same, just w equals to 2y. So we can suppose let w is equals to 2 exponent minus y, and we got w is 8. 8 equals to 2 exponent minus y. What is 8? 8 is 2 cube, that is equals to 2 exponent minus y. Now the bases are same, 2 and 2. We can compare the exponent. Minus y is equals to 3. From here we can say negative of y equals to 3 and the y value is minus 3. Right. Now for part C1, solve the simultaneous equations, right? So let me add the two equations because we have q and minus q and we can cancel the q easily, right? So we can get the value for p. So positive q and negative q is cancelled. We have 3p over here, and what is 2 minus 1 by 2? 2 minus 1 divides 2 is 3 by 2, right? And to get the value for p, we have to divide by 3. 3 by 2 times 1 by 3. So we can cancel the 3 and 3, just 1 by 2 is left. So the p value is 1 by 2. Okay, now let me solve for q, substituting it into the first or second equation. So if I put in first equation, we have q equals to 2 minus 2p. Shifting this p on the other side. So q equals to 2 minus 2 times 1 by 2. So 2 is cancelled with 2. Now q is 2 minus 1. That is equals to just 1. Right. Now for the second part, hence for u is between 0 to 360 degree and v is between 0 to 360 degree, solve the simultaneous equations, right? So if I compare these equations with this, so they are exactly the same. Just p is sine u and the q is cos of v, right? So we can let p is equals to sine u, right? And q is equals to cos of v, right? And we got the value of p, that is 1 by 2, and q is equals to 1. So we can say that sine u value is 1 by 2. So from here u is equals to sine inverse of 1 by 2. Right. And from here cos v is equals to 1 and v is equals to cos inverse of 1. So let me solve these two values first. Right. So they are in degrees. Keep the calculator in degrees. Right. Sine inverse of 1 divides 2 is 30 degrees. So u equals to 30 degrees. Let me write this here, 30 degrees. Right. And cos inverse of 1. Cos inverse of 1 is 0 degrees. So v is 0. V equals to 0. Right. Now let me draw the coordinate diagram here to show you that sine and cosine is positive in which quadrant. Right. So here we have A, S, T, and C. So in the first quadrant we have theta. Here we do 180 minus theta. Here we do 180 plus theta and 360 minus theta. Right. So as you can see in the sine, this is the ratio for equation for sine. So sine is positive in the first and in the second quadrant. So we got the answer is 30 degrees for u. So this is for the first quadrant. Now for the second quadrant we do 180 subtract 30. Right. So this is 180 degree minus 30 degree. So from 180 take away 30, that is 150 degrees. So another value for u is 150 degrees, right? And now for the cos equation, cos is positive in first and the fourth quadrant, right? So for the first quadrant is theta, that is 0. So 0 degrees lies in the first quadrant. Now for the fourth quadrant, we can do this 360 degree minus 0. So that this is again 360 degree. This is equals to 360, and we use 360 because in the domain there are equalities on 0 and 360, right? So these are the values for u and v. Question number 4, f of x, g of x, h of x, g of x. We have given 4 functions. Part A, we need to find number 1, f of 2, and g composition f of 2. So first find f of 2. Just put x equals to 2. F of 2 is equals to 2 times 2 minus 1. 2 times 2 is 4. 4 minus 1, that is equals to 3. Right. Now for the second part, we need to find g composition f of x first and then putting x equals to 2. Right. G composition f of 2. Right. Just use this f of 2, that is 3. So that is g of 3. Right. What is g of 3? We have 3 times 3 minus 2. 3 times 3 is equals to 9, and 9 take away 2, that is equals to 7. Right. Now for the part B, find g inverse of x. To get the value of g inverse, we have to put y equals to g of x, that is 3x minus 2. And now switching the variables, x equals to 3y minus 2, and solving for y, x plus 2 divides 3. This is equals to y, and this y is my g inverse of x. That is x plus 2 divides 3. Right. Now for part C, find x when h of x equals to j of minus 2. Right. So we have given h of x and j of x. Right. So this putting h of x is 1 by x. And this is equals to j of minus 2 is 5 exponent minus 2. Right. So we have to solve for x here. So we can put 5 exponent minus 2 as 1 over 5 exponent 2. Right. So now doing a reciprocal on both sides, x equals to 5 square, that is equals to 25. Right. Now for part D, write f of x minus h of x as a single fraction. So f of x we have given is 2x minus 1, subtract h of x is 1 by x. Right. So as a single fraction, we have to do the LCM. So cross multiplication, x is multiplying with 2x minus 1. Subtract 1 dividing by x. Right. So here we have 2x square minus x minus 1 divide x. This is f of x minus h of x as a single fraction. Part E, find the value of j of 2. So j of x we have given is equals to 5 exponent x, and we got j of 2. J of 2 is equals to, okay, so j of 2 is 5 exponent 2, that is equals to 25. Right. J of j of 2. This is j. What is j of 2? That is 25. And j of 25 is 5 power 25. And what is 5 power 25? 5 exponent 25 is equals to 2.980 times 10 exponent 17. Part F, find x when j inverse of x equals to 4. So we have j of x, find j inverse of x first. So y equals to j of x, 5 power x, and x equals to 5 power y, right? And to solve for y, let me take log on both sides. Log x equals to log 5 power y, right? And now log x equals to y log 5, right? And to solve for y from here, we have y equals to log x over log 5. This is my j inverse of x. Right, now we put j inverse of x equals to 4 and solving for x, right? So put this equals to 4. Log x over log 5, this is equals to 4, right? Now let me solve for x. Log x equals to 4 times log 5. Cross multiplication, right? Shifting this 4 into the power of 5. Log x equals to log 5 power 4. Now we have log and log on both sides. We can cancel the logs and x is equals to 5 power 4. Right, what is 5 power 5 exponent 4? Let me simplify. 5 exponent 4 is 625. So this is equals to 625 is the value for x. 625, right? Now question number 5, part A. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H is a regular octagon. Regular octagon has 8 sides. Regular mean all sides and all interior angles are same, with a side length of 6 centimeter. So this side length AB, this side is 6 centimeter, right? The diagram shows part of the octagon. O is the center of octagon and M is the midpoint of AB. M is the midpoint of AB. It means this side is 3 centimeter and this side is 3 centimeter, right? Part 1A, show that the angle OAM is 67.5 degree. OAM, this angle we have to find. Right, so let me find the whole interior angle, this one, or we can say this whole interior angle, right? This is for octagon, right? And then this is dividing into 2 portions, so dividing by 2, right? So measure of each interior angle of octagon has a formula: n minus 2 times 180 divides n. N is the number of sides, so n is 8. 8 minus 2 times 180 divides 8. Right, so let me simplify. 8 minus 2, this is 6, times 180 divides 8, 135. 135 degree is measure of each interior angle of octagon. This angle is 135. Since this is breaking into 2 portions, so we have to divide it by 2. Divided by 2, this is 67.5 degrees. So this angle is OAM is 67.5. Now for part B, calculate the area of octagon. So as you can see, for octagon has 8 sides. So it is composed of 8 these triangles, right? So we can, the area of octagon is now equals to 8 times area of a triangle, that is half base times height, right? Okay, so what is the base? Base is 6. Right, and we have to find the height. OM is the height in this case, right? So if I consider this triangle OAM, this is a right angle triangle, right? So we can use SOHCAHTOA to find OM, that is the height, right? So we know this angle, the front side is opposite, and we know the adjacent side as well, right? So let me use a ratio for tangent. So we can say tan of the angle 67.5 degrees is equals to the opposite side OM, that is the height of the triangle, divides the adjacent side, that is 3. So we can get the H value by doing 3 times tan of 67.5. Right, let me calculate tan of answer times 3. The height is 7.24. centimeter. This is the height of the triangle, right? Now plugging the values into the formula. So area of an octagon, A8 times half, base is 6 centimeter and the height is 7.24 centimeter, right? So this is a height times by 6 times by 8 dividing by 2. This is 173.8 centimeter square is the area, or if I round it, it is 174 centimeter square. 174 centimeter square. Now for the second part, find the area of a circle that passes through the vertices of the octagon. So area of a circle is equals to pi r square. We need to find the radius of a circle. So as you can see, what is the radius of a circle? OA, OB. This is the radius of the circle, right? So now we have this angle we have given. This is the opposite side, adjacent, and the hypotenuse side, right? So we have the adjacent side. We need to find the hypotenuse OA. So which trigonometric ratio we use? We have to use cos of, so what we have to apply? Cos of 67.5 degree is adjacent side is 3 and the hypotenuse is OA, that is the radius, right? So to get OA, or we can say radius is 3 divides cos of that angle, 67.5. Let me simplify. Cos 67.5 degree and 3 divides answer. This is 7.83 or 7.84 if I round. 7.84 is the radius, right? Now plug this value over here. So we can say that area of a circle that passes through the vertices of octagon is pi times radius square is 7.84 whole square, right? So the square and times by the pi. This is 193 centimeter square is the answer. 193 centimeter square is the area of that circle. Now for part B, the diagram shows a horizontal a container for water with a uniform cross section. The cross section is a semicircle. This is a semicircle. The radius of semicircle is 0.45 meters and the length of the container is 4 meters. Part 1, calculate the area of the container. Volume of the container. So we have to use a formula for volume of a container is equals to area of cross section multiplied by the length of the container, right? So as you can see, the cross section is a semicircle we have given. So we have to use area of a semicircle. So volume is area of a semicircle is half pi r square times the length, right? So here the volume equals to half pi. The radius of semicircle is 0.45 meters, it's square, and times the length of the container is 4 meters. So this is in meter cube. Let me just calculate the answer. 0.45 square times by 4 times by pi and dividing by 2. This is 1.27 meter cube. 1.27, right? Now for the second part, the greatest depth of the water in the container is 0.3 meters. This is the depth of the water. The diagram shows a cross section. The cross section is a semicircle, the same we did in the first part. Calculate the number of liters of water in the container. Number of liters of water in the container. The unit in the question is in meters. We have to convert it into liters, right? Give your answer correct to the nearest integer, right? Okay, so as you can see, if I compare this cross section with this, so the whole length we have given is 0.45. So this whole length is 0.45 and this is the depth is 0.3. What is this? 0.45 subtract 0.3. So this is 0.15. This length is 0.15. So as you can see, we have to use the same thing, the area, the volume of the container by area of a cross section times length. But in this case, the cross section area is the area that is filled with the water, right? Okay, now the area that is not filled with water, first we need to find the unshaded area. So if I draw this line here, right? So as you can see, this look like a triangle, a right angle triangle. This is a shape of a right angle triangle, right? This is right angle. So this is 0.15. So as we know that this is the radius of a circle from center to the circumference is a radius. So as you can see, this is a center, this is a point on the circumference, this is also the radius, that is 0.45. right? So for this right angle triangle, we need to find area of this triangle and area of this sector, because this is not shaded, right? And on the other side, you can also draw the line. We have a triangle and a sector, right? So as you can see, on the other side, we have again a triangle. This is a triangle and the sector, right? So let me find the unshaded area first. So area of this triangle is half base times height. This is a base and this is a height. So how can we find the base? We need to apply the Pythagoras theorem because it is a right angle triangle. So we can use here, that is 0.45 square hypotenuse square equals to the base square plus 0.15 square. So the base is equals to square root of 0.45 square minus 0.15 square. That is a base, right? Let me calculate it. 0.45 square subtract 0.15 square. That is the square root of answer. This is the base is 3 square root of 2 divides 10, right? Now we have the base. We can easily find the area of this triangle, that is half base times height, right? So area of triangle is half, the base is this, that is 3 square root of 2 divides 10 times by the height, that is 0.15, right? And as you can see, there are two triangles, so we have to multiplying it by 2 times by 2, right? So when we times by 2, we can easily cancel this 2 and this 2, right? So this times is multiplying by 0.15 times 0.15 is this area. This is equivalent to 0.0634. This 3 is round to 4, right? So this is the area of the two triangles. Now let me find the area for the sector. So area of a sector has a formula. We have two sectors again, right? So let me find for the first sector. Area of sector of a circle has a formula theta divides 360 times pi r square. So for the sector, you can see we have a radius. Now we need to find the theta, this angle theta we need to find, right? So this is a straight line. So this angle theta and this angle theta is same. These are the two alternate angles. So let me find this angle theta. Because it is a right angle triangle, we can use SOHCAHTOA to find this angle, right? So now we have the opposite side and we have the hypotenuse. Opposite over hypotenuse is sine theta. So sine theta is, opposite side is 0.15 and the hypotenuse is 0.45, and theta is sine inverse of that answer, right? So let me calculate it. 0.15 divide 0.45 and sine inverse of answer is 19.47 degrees. This is angle theta. So if this angle is 19.47, this is also 19.47 because these are the two alternate angles, right? Now let me find the area of the sector. And again, we have to times it by 2 because we have two sectors. Right. Now let me plug the values here. So theta is 19.47 divided by 360 times pi, and the radius is 0.45 square, and times by 2 because two sectors are unshaded, right? Okay, so this angle divides 360 times by pi and times 0.45 square and times by 2. So this is going to be 0.068817, round it. Okay, now we have the area for the two triangles and the two sector, and we need to find the sum of both to get the unshaded area, right? So we can say the unshaded area is a sum of area of two triangles and area of two sectors, right? So the sum of this and this, right? 0.06364 plus 0.06668817. This is 0.132457. This is the unshaded area. Now to find the volume of this container, the quantity of water in this container, we need again do the area of cross section times the length. So volume of the container is area of cross section times the length of the container. Area of a cross section is a semicircle, that is half pi r square, right? This is the area of the cross section, but since the cross section is some a portion is shaded and some is not shaded, so we need to subtract the unshaded one. Subtract the unshaded area from the cross section, right? And then times by the length of the container, that is 4 meters, right? Okay, now let me simplify. We have 1 by 2 pi, radius is 0.45 square. Subtract what is unshaded one. We got the unshaded area, that is 0.132457, right? So let me subtract 0.132457, 2457, right? This is the area of cross section times the length of the container, that is 4 meters. Now let me simplify. We have 0.45 square times by pi and dividing by 2, subtract 0.132457 and times by 4. So this is 0.742. The volume is 0.742. This is in meters and this area is in radius is in meters. So meter square and meter is meter cube, right? So got the answer in meter cube, but they said that calculate the number of liters of water in the container. So we have to use a conversion here, that 1 meter cube has 1000 liters, right? So this much meter cube is this times 1000. We will get the answer in liters, right? So we can say the volume of the container that is filled with the water is this times 1000. That is 742.5 liters. 742.5 liters. Question number 6, part A. We have given the graph of the cubic polynomial function. Now the first question is, the diagram shows the graph of y equals to f of x where x is between minus 1.5 to 5. Part 1, find f of 2. So we need to find the value of y when x is equals to 2. So let me check where x is equals to 2. Let me draw the straight line at x is equals to 2. Okay, and finding the value, corresponding value of y when the graph touches x is equals to 2. So as you can see, the corresponding value of y is negative of 3, right? So we can say this is equals to negative 3. Now for the second part, solve the equation f of x equals to 0 for x is between minus 1.5 and 5. So we need to find the value of x when y is equals to 0. So as you can see on the graph, this is a line y equals to 0. So what are the values of x? The value of x over here is minus 1. So the first value is negative 1, right? And the next value is this point. What is this point? We have 1, 1.1, 1.2, 1.3, 1.4, 1.5, 1.6. This is 1.6. And this point is 4, 4.1, 2, 3, 4, 4.4. Right. Now for part 3, f of x equals to k has 3 solutions for x is between minus 1.5 and 5, where k is an integer. Find the smallest possible value of k. So you have to find this is a y value. So what is y value when when this function has 3 solutions? We need to find the smallest possible value of k. Okay, so as you can see, this if we draw the line over here, so it has 3 solutions, 1, 2 and 3. It cuts the curve at 3 points. So all these are the 3 solutions, but we need to find the smallest possible value, that is in downward direction, in the downward. So if I draw this line, y equals to minus 8, this is the smallest possible answer. Y equals to minus 8 is a line. It cuts the graph at 1, 2 and 3 points, right? So we can say the smallest possible value of k is equals to negative of 8, right? Now for part 4, on the grid, draw a line y equals to mx so that f of x equals to mx has exactly one solution for x is between minus 1.5 to 5. So y equals to mx, it means the y-intercept of this straight line is equals to 0. It passes through the origin, right? And it must have exactly one solution. It cuts the curve at one point. Okay, so as you can see, if I draw this line, it passes through the origin. If I draw this line, it cuts the curve at 2 points, but we need one solution. So if I draw this line, if I extend this line, it passes through just 1 point. It cuts the curve at 1 point. So this is the line that and equation has only one solution. It cuts the curve at just 1 point. So this is the line on the grid, right? Now for part B, we have given the function y. Part 1, find the value of dy by dx when x is equals to 5. So let me find what is dy by dx first at x is equals to 5. So dy by dx is 3 and 2x is 3. 2 times 3 is 6x minus 12. So putting x equals to 5, 6 times 5 minus 12. So we have 6 times 5 subtract 12. This is 18. Right. Now for the second part, find the coordinates of the point on the graph of this function where the gradient equals to 0. So put the gradient, this is the gradient, put it equals to 0. 6x minus 12 is equals to 0. And 6x is equals to 12. And x is equals to 12 divided 6. This is 2. So the x coordinate is equals to 2. Right, now we need to find the y coordinate by putting over here. So the y coordinate is 3 times 2 square is 4 minus 12 times 2 plus 7. So we have 3 times 4 is 12 minus 12 times 2 is 24 and plus 7. This is minus 5. So these are the x and the y coordinates when the gradient is 0. Now for part C, find when y is this, dy by dx equals to this. Find the value of p and the value of q. So we have given the derivative, right? So to find y, we have to do the integration of the derivative and integration of 14x power 6 plus 6x with respect to dx. So here we will get y is equals to 14. The integration of x power 6 is x power 7 over 7 plus 6. X integration is x squared by 2 and plus some constant of integration here, right? So we have 7 times 2 is 14, 2x power 7 and 2 times 3 is 6, x square plus some constant of integration, right? So if I compare this with the given y, so 2x power p, so 2x power 7, so p is 7 and q x square, so 3x square, so q equals to 3, right? Question number 7, part A, calculate angle ACD. ACD, this angle we have to find, right? So if I consider the triangle ACD, we have the 3 sides, we need to find one angle. So when the 3 sides are given, we use law of cosine over here, right? Applying law of cosine. We have to find sine angle C, right? So we can say C square equals to A square plus D square minus 2AD cos of angle C, right? Rewrite the formula to get the angle C. So we have 2AD cos C is equals to A square plus D square minus C square, right? And C is equals to cos inverse of A square plus D square minus C square divide 2AD. Right, now let me substitute the values into the formula. So we will get angle C equals to cos inverse of A square. A, the front side of A is this A, that is 12 square, plus D, this is D, this is 14, 14 square, minus C, this is 9 square, divides 2 times A is 12 and D is 14. Right, just simplified. Okay, 12 square plus 14 square minus 9 square is 259, right? 2 times 14 times 12, 259 divides answer, right? And then cos inverse of the answer, this is 39.5 or Yeah, 39.57, round it to 39.6. 39.6 degrees is the angle ACD. Now for part B, show that BC is 7.05 kilometer, correct to 2 decimal place. BC, this side BC. Now consider the triangle ABC, right? We have all the three angles. We have the side AC, we need to find BC. So here we apply law of sine, right? Law of sine. So we need to find the side BC. So we can say BC divides, this is the side BC, and the angle front of this is angle A. Sine of A equals to, the other given side is AC and its front angle is B. AC divides sine of B. Right. So BC is equals to AC. We have the side AC is 14 kilometer. This is 14 times the cross multiplication sine of angle A. Angle A we have given is 25 and 123. Angle A is 25 degrees. Divide sine of angle B is 123 degrees. Let me simplify. Sine 25 divides sine 123 times 14. 7.054 is kilometer, right? So the BC is 7.05 kilometer, correct to 2 decimal place. Now for part C, calculate the shortest distance from B to AC. Shortest distance is always a perpendicular distance, right? So B to AC. So this is B and this is AC. So we need to draw the perpendicular line. This, right? So as you can see, this is a 90-degree angle. We need to find this distance, right? So now we got BC, that is 7.05 kilometer. We have angle C. We use SOHCAHTOA to find this length, right? So the angle front side is opposite and we have hypotenuse. So we need to use a ratio for sine, right? So here we can say sine of the angle C, that is 32, is opposite side is the perpendicular distance, right? So we can say X is the perpendicular distance divides the hypotenuse is BC 7.05. So from here the perpendicular distance X is going to be sine 32 times of 0.75. Let me calculate this. Sine 32 times this is not 0.75, this is 7.05, sorry, 7.05, 3.74, if I rounded, 3.74 kilometer up to 2 decimal place is a perpendicular distance from B to AC. Now for part D, calculate the length of the straight line BD. Okay, BD, the length of this straight line. Let me connect B and D and finding the length B to D, this line, right? So we need to find the length of the straight line BD. So for this, consider the triangle BCD, right? So we know the side DC is 12 kilometer, BC is 7.05 kilometer, and this whole angle, we know this angle. This angle we got from the first part, that is 32.6, 39.6 plus 32. 32 plus 39.6, 71.6. So this whole angle is 71.6 degrees, right? Okay, so which ratio we have to apply? We have two sides and the angle between them. No, we have to apply law of cosine, right, to find this length BD, right? Okay, so let me apply the law of cosine here. So for the law of cosine, we need to find BD. So BD square is equals to this side BD, right? So the other two sides, that is equals to this BC and DC. So we can say BC square plus DC square minus 2 times the side BC, the side DC, and cos of the angle, the middle angle C. Right. Now let me substitute the values. BD is square is equals to BC. So as you can see, we have BC 7.05, 7.05 square plus DC. D to C is 12 kilometer, so 12 square minus 2 times 7.05 times 12 and cos of the angle C, the whole angle C, we got this angle, that is 71.6. 71.6 degrees. Right, now let me simplify this, the straight distance. So cos of this angle times 12 times 7.05 times minus 2 and add 12 square and add 7.05 square and doing a square root of answer, that this is 11.8 kilometer. 11.8 kilometer, 8.4 up to 2 decimal place if you want to find, yes, or 8, keep it as it is. Now for part E, C is due east of A. Find the bearing of D from C. Okay, look at the diagram, the bearing of D from C. So for this, let me, from C we have to calculate, so draw the north line at point C. This is a north line. We need to calculate the bearing of D from point C. So means this whole angle we have to calculate. Right. So this is very easy. So if I extend the north line, right, you can see that this is 180 degree. Right. This straight line is 180 and this angle is plus 90. This is again a 90 degree angle. So from this point to this point, this is 270 plus this angle ACD that we got from the first part, that is 39.6. So it means the bearing is 270 degree at 39.6. 270 plus 39.6, this is equals to 309.6 degrees is a bearing. So let me write this down. 309.6 degrees is a bearing of D from. Question number 8, part 1, A1. Use set notation to describe the shaded region in the Venn diagram. So this is a shaded region, that is A intersection B. Now for the second part, shade the correct region in each Venn diagram. Okay, so the correct region we have to shade, right? So this is Q and its union with P complement. P complement is a region that is outside of P, right? So the whole Venn diagram is shaded other than P. So let me show you the shaded region. We are not shading the P. We are shading the region that is outside of P and including the Q. Yes, this is shaded other than this P, right? Okay, now for the second, we have K union L. K and L, their union and intersection with M complement. This is M and outside of M, just K and L, and the M region is not included. M is not included. Right, so this is a shaded one. Now for part B, the diagram shows 11 cards. Number 1, one of these cards is chosen at random. 1. Write down the probability that the letter on the card is not A. Not A. So we have 1 and 2, 2 A's, and when they are not A's, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There are 9 not A's out of 11. So 9 by 11 is the probability. Now for the second part, a card is chosen at random from these 11 cards and then replaced, right? A second card is then chosen at random. Find the probability that exactly one card has a letter N. So how many N's? We have 1, 2, we have 2 N. Let's say the first card has the letter, one card has a letter N that we picked out of the total number of cards, 11 cards. times, let's say the second card does not have letter N. So the second card does not have letter N. So 9 does not have letter N out of 11. Plus, we have another arrangement. Let's say this first card does not have letter N out of the total and place it back times the second card you picked has a letter N. There are two are letter N's out of the 11. Right. So let me simplify. 2 times 9 is 18. 11 times 11 is 121 plus 18 over 121. So let me simplify. 18 plus 18 divides 1 to 1. This is 36 divides 121. Let me write this down. 36 over 121 is the probability. Now for part C, 50 students are asked if they like English and if they like mathematics. So the total number of students are 50, right? 3 says they do not like English and do not like mathematics. So 3 is outside, right? 33 says they like English. So the total English students they like English are 33. 42 says they like mathematics. 42 like mathematics and some like both. Let's say X like both. So in English we have 33 minus X and in mathematics we have 42 minus X. Now for part 1, complete the Venn diagram. So that is easy and we know that the total are 50. So from 50 take away 3, that is 47. So sum of this is equals to 47. So 33 minus X plus 42 minus X is 47. So plus X and minus X is cancelled. We have 33 plus 42 minus 47 equals to X. Right, let me solve for X first. 33 plus 42 minus 47. This is 28. So 28 student likes both, right? So 28 is over here. Now 33 subtract 28. 33 minus 28 is 5. And 42 minus 28 is 14. Right. Now for the second part, a student is chosen at random out of the total 50 students, right? Find the probability that this student likes English and likes mathematics. So the intersection, 28 out of total 50 students, right? Now for the third part, 2 student is chosen at random out of total 50 students. 2 students are chosen at random. Find the probability that they both like mathematics. The student who like mathematics are 42. 42 like mathematics out of 50 students. This is the first student, right? And times, now if one student is picked, the left are 41 student like mathematics out of the total now left are 49 students because they are chosen at random without replacement, right? So 42 times 41, this is 1722, 1722 divides 50 times 49. 2450. Let me simplify this. 1422 divide answer. This is 123 over 175. This is a probability. Now for the part 4, 2 students who like English are chosen at random. The total number of students who like English. How many students like English? 33. Now the total are 33, not 50, right? Find the probability, 2 are picked, right? Find the probability that they both also like mathematics. The student who also like mathematics are English and also like mathematics are 28, right? If the first student like mathematics is 28 out of 33 times the second are 27 out of 32, sorry. 33 minus 1 is 32. Okay, 28 times 27 is 756 divides 33 times 32 is 1056. 756 divide answer is 63 out of 88 in its simplest form. This is a probability for the student who both like mathematics. Question number 9, part A. The area of the rectangle is 29. This is a rectangle and this is a square. So we have given the area of a rectangle is length times width is 29 greater than the area of a square, that is side times side. The difference between the parameter of two shapes is k centimeter. Find the value of k. You must show all your working. So first let me use this information. Area of a rectangle is length times width is 29 greater than area of a square side times side. So length and the width is x minus 1 and 2x plus 1 This is equals to 29 plus x times x. Let me solve for x first, right? So here we have 2x square plus x minus 2x minus 1 equals to 29 plus x square. Shifting all the terms to the left side, 2x square minus x square plus x minus 2x minus 1 minus 29 equals to 0. So we have x square here and minus x and minus 30 equals to 0. Now, this is a quadratic equation in a variable x. Let me factorize this. We have 1 times 30 is 30. 6 times 5 is 30 and minus 6 plus 5 is minus 1, right? X square minus 6x plus 5x minus 30 equals to 0. X is common, x minus 6 plus 5 is common, x minus 6 equals to 0. So the factors are x minus 6 and x plus 5 equals to 0. And the two values of x are x is equals to 6 and x is equals to minus 5, right? So we have to pick the positive one because the dimensions never be negative, right? So if you pick minus 5, we have minus 5 minus 1, that is equals to minus 6, and the dimensions never be negative. So we need to pick x equals to 6. So when x is equals to 6, we have this is 5 centimeter, right? And 2 times 6 is 12 and 12 plus 1 is 13. This is 13 centimeter. And this is 6 centimeter and this is 6 centimeter, right? Now we're using this information. The difference between the parameter of two shapes is k centimeter, right? Now let me find the parameter. So the parameter of two shapes, the parameter of a rectangle is 2 times length plus width. Subtract the parameter is 4 times the side 6. This is equals to k. The difference is k, right? So let me simplify this. 5 plus 13 and times by 2, this is 36. Subtract 4 times 6 is 24. This is equals to k. And 36 minus 24 is 12. So the k value is 12. So k equals to 12, right? Part B. We have two cubes. We have given the volume of larger cube is 5 centimeter greater than the volume of the smaller cube. Part 1 show that this equation, right? Using this information, volume of the larger cube is 5 centimeter cubes greater than the volume of the smaller cube. So what is the volume of a cube? Volume of a cube is the length cube. We will get the volume, the dimension that is given. So volume of the larger cube is y plus 1 whole cube is 5 centimeter cubes greater than the volume of the smaller cube. And we have to show this information, right? Now let me open the cube. So using the formula of a plus b whole cube, a plus b whole cube is equals to a cube plus 3a square b plus 3ab square plus b cube. That is a formula that I'm going to apply over here. A is my y and b is 1. So we can say y cube plus 3y square and b is 1 plus 3y 1 square plus 1. This is equals to 5 equals to plus y cube. Right, shifting the y cube over here, y cube minus y cube is cancelled. That is just cancel at 0. Now simplify 3y square plus 3y plus 1 minus 5 equals to 0. And from here we have 3y square plus 3y minus 4 equals to 0. We showed this is exactly the same, right? Now for the second part, find the volume of the smaller cube. The volume of a smaller cube is y cube, right? Show all your working and give your answer correct to 2 decimal place. Basically, we have to find the value for y here, and the y cube is the volume of the smaller cube, right? So let me solve for y. It is a quadratic equation. Let me apply the quadratic formula. A is 3, b is 3, y is minus 4, c is minus 4. Y equals to negative of b plus minus square root b square is 3 square minus 4 times the a is 3 times the c minus 4 divides 2 times of 3, 2 times of a. So y is equals to minus 3 plus minus square root. 3 square is 9 and negative times negative is positive. 4 times 4 times 3, this is 48, divides 2 times 3 is 6. 48 plus 9, this is 57, and square root of 57, keep it as it is, right? So y equals to minus 3 plus minus square root of 57 divides 6. Now we need to pick the positive value because y is a dimension that never be negative. Now let me simplify. Minus 3 plus square root of 57 divide 6. We have this answer for y. Y equals to 0.758 minus 3 minus square root of 57 divide 6. We have a negative answer for y, that is minus 1.758. So we cannot pick the negative one. We need to pick the positive dimension because dimensions never be negative, right? Now we need to find the volume of the smaller cube. Volume of the smaller cube, as you can see, the smaller cube dimension is just y centimeter. So we can say that the volume of the smaller cube is y cube. So this is the value for y, so we have to take its cube, right? So we have minus 3 plus square root of minus 3 plus square root 57 divide 6 and its cube. This is the answer, and the cube of answer is equals to 0.436, and we need to find the answer up to 2 decimal place. 0.436 is 0.44. 0.44 centimeter cube is the volume for the smaller cube. So that was the last question of our paper. If you have any queries, please let me know in our comment section, and please subscribe to my channel. Thank you for watching. See you next time. Take care.